Hi! Today we are going to talk about Matthew 23. We're going to talk about a lot of scripture, but one of the main topics we are going to talk about is being a hypocrite. Oh, that is awful. A hypocrite is somebody who is a fake. They are pretending to be something they are not. Oh wow, that is interesting and yucky. Very yucky. So in Matthew 23, we are getting closer and closer to when Jesus gets captured and he will be crucified. But don't get too upset, because we know the ending. He resurrects. He comes back to life and goes to his Father in heaven, so that we who believe in him can be with him too. So, in Matthew 22, the Pharisees, the Herodians, and the Sadducees just got done trying to trick Jesus in the temple, in his own Father's house. The temple where people are supposed to pray and talk to God in Jerusalem. Well, Jesus was not tricked, and he had the perfect answer to every tricky, mean question. Now, the Pharisees and the Sadducees and everybody will not ask him any more questions anymore, because they can't trick him. So they are mad, very mad. So now that Jesus' time is coming very close, Jesus gives the Pharisees and scribes a verbal tongue lashing. He gives it to them good with the truth. And it is not good for these hypocrites, these fakers who pretend to love God when they actually love themselves and they love their rules and they think that they're the best at everything. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to sum up the beginning of Matthew 23. Jesus is telling the Pharisees and scribes that they just make up a lot of rules so that they put heavy loads and burdens on people, and they don't lift a finger to help them. And they take the very best seats in restaurants and at church, and they wear fancy clothes to be seen by men. So when they're out, they can be called rabbi. It's all so that they can be worshipped and not God. Okay, let's listen in to some of the words of Jesus and what he's saying to the Pharisees and scribes. It's shocking, but let's see how they react. All right.
But woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For you neither go in yourselves, nor do you allow those who are entering to go in. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayers. Therefore you will receive greater condemnation. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you travel land and sea to win one proselyte, and when he is won, you make him twice as much a son of hell as yourselves. Woe to you, blind guides who say, whoever swears by the temple is nothing, but whoever swears by the gold of the temple, he is obligated to perform it. Therefore, indeed, I send you prophets, wise men, and scribes. Some of them you will kill and crucify, and some of them you will scourge in your synagogues and persecute from city to city, that on you may come all the righteous blood shed on earth, from the blood of the righteous Abel to the blood of Zachariah, son of Berchariah, whom you murdered between the temple and the altar. Therefore you are witnesses against yourselves that you are sons of those who murdered the prophets. Fill up then the measure of your father's guilt. Serpents, brood of vipers, how can you escape the condemnation of hell? Therefore, indeed, I send you prophets, wise men, and scribes. Some of them you will kill and crucify, and some of them you will scourge in your synagogues and persecute from city to city, that on you may come all the righteous blood shed on earth, from the blood of the righteous Abel to the blood of Zachariah, son of Berchariah, whom you murdered between the temple and the altar. Assuredly, I say to you, all these things will come upon this generation.
Did you notice as Jesus talked, the Pharisees and scribes went from stunned to shocked with their mouths open to angry with their eyebrows? Yeah, well, it was all true. That is the sad part. In review, do not be a hypocrite. Do not be a fake lover of God. Don't just act like you love God. You need a real personal relationship with Jesus. And know that He is the Son of God, and He sacrificed His life and He suffered for you. That's right. So instead, Matthew 22:37 through 39 says, and He said to him, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the great and first commandment, and the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Thanks a lot. Mwah!